Apparently, we are live. I've still got it. The intro rolling on my screen. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Sunday, August 3rd, 2025. And just before we get going, a very, very generous super chat rolled in just as the stream intro was kicking off. Jeanette Morales, 45 USD. Hi, Johnny and pals. Sorry, can't stay. Partied with my grand twins this weekend to celebrate their third birthday, and I'm an exhausted Gigi. Is that Tagalog for grandma? Just a guess. Have a fab rest of your weekend. You are all awesome. Well, Jeanette, you are most certainly awesome yourself. Thank you so much for the amazing support. And yeah, you must have partied hard there. Hopefully you guys could see and hear everything A-okay. Let me just get my settings up and running. I see Janice here. Whose job? Vivian Johnson, Jollykins, Medano, Grandpa, Chowdery, WMD, Finder Place, Mojo, Alicia, Mary W, Dylan Reynolds, Diva Tequila, Kathleen, Trojan, Phuket Walk is here. Anna, holy shit, there's a lot of you. Just thank you for tuning in. We'll just leave it at that. There's a lot of people in the chat already. Let me get that centered away. I wasn't quite ready for this. What was I doing today? Oh, did you know we're now allowed to like swear at the start of a YouTube video and that will not hurt the algorithm or hurt you in the algorithm? Well, anyways, I did fuck all. Last night I discovered a place. Well, I didn't discover it. I was dragged into a place that turned out to be pretty cool. Ran up a bit of a big alcohol bill. Kind of wasn't feeling it today. So I did nothing today. Ordered in breakfast. Wanted to clean my apartment. Didn't do that. Wanted to do some work on the computer. Didn't do that. Wanted to watch the Blue Jays win. Didn't do that. Yankees lost. Yay. But the Yankees are no longer relevant. It's now the Red Sox we need to worry about. But thank you so much for tuning in. And since we're a tad bit hungover, we're going to go with natural flavor cherry sparkling water. Math Doctor says, howdy do, Blue Jays Nation. Grandpa says the Jays blew it in the 10th. They did. Indeed. Some sloppy play. Although what really pissed me off, at the start of the game, the Jays had a runner on first. Vladdy was up. Took what looked to me to be a clear ball four, but that was a strike him out, throw him out. So instead of having runners in first and second and a big bat coming up, they were out of the inning. Everything from then on is completely different. So I fucking hate the fact that we don't have automated balls and strikes yet. KBO is doing it, Korean Baseball Organization. They're doing it really well. Let's adopt it. Someone said, what is wrong with your chin? Yeah, last night I was going out. I think it's here, right? Or is it here? It's on one of the two sides. But I was going out and I thought I had like ketchup on my face or something. But no, I don't know what it is. Hopefully it'll go away. But it's not ketchup. It's not spaghetti sauce. It is whatever it is. WMD says I'm hungover too. Kathleen says Johnny, some days are like that. Do nothing. It is good for the soul. Also, it didn't seem like anyone was really outside all day. Like I could see Yonge Street from my window. It looked pretty dead. It's a Sunday of a long weekend. Yesterday was like the big party day with the Caribana Grand Parade. A lot of locals are just off out of the city on a long weekend like this. So it is what it is. Sal Smith says it's not herpes. There's a 0% chance. That's what it is. Never had a cold sore in my life, nor would there be any recent events that would lead to a cold sore. I did have canker sores once, which were really gross. Are you traveling on an international flight and booking a hotel, says AJ Durst. I don't know. Stay tuned to the channel. It's not acne. Okay, I'm not even going to entertain any more of these dumb thoughts. Magic Eraser says, I had 10 beer on Friday all day and walking crooked, but no hangover. I wanted to work out today too, but when you're all drained like that, you're not going to get a whole lot done. Julie says, I was out all afternoon at High Park with a picnic, or at High Park for a picnic with friends. That sounds awesome. Maybe it's a tuba. No, I didn't cut myself shaving. I used a lot. Let's stop talking about it. Whatever it is, whatever it is. Yeah, Diva Tequila. We'll bring that topic up a little bit later. Diva Tequila sent me a workout that her hubby did, so we can take a look at that. Some impressive stuff. Sal Smith says long weekend Sundays hit different. Yeah, it just didn't seem like a very busy weekend. I'm sure like Yonge and Dundas was busy. I'm sure Nathan Phillips Square was busy. I'm sure the waterfront was pretty busy, but stretches of Queen West, but most of the city was probably quieter than usual for a Sunday. Michelle stayed home all day and it felt nice. Yeah, I might do that tomorrow. I might try to live stream. I don't know. I've got 2 videos in the bank, so we should be good. Did I hear about the ride snapping in Saudi Arabia? No, I didn't. Like a roller coaster? Saudi Arabia ride accident. Amusement park ride in Saudi Arabia collapses and it... Ooh. Oh, one of those big 360 pendulum rides. That's crazy. I don't like any ride that like spins you around. Boom Productions is here. He saw free concerts in 2 different parks today. That's neat. Mojo2112. Band-Aid for that thing. Oh boy. I need to go back to like shitty webcam quality. You guys can see this a little too clearly. No more expensive mirrorless camera. We'll have to turn down the resolution or something. Greg says, how about those crappy Blue Jays and their atrocious front office? LOL. Their front office is shit. I hate Shapiro. I hate Atkins. Their moves were like mediocre. I mean, the only thing I know for sure is Anthopoulos would have had a better track record over the last, 8 years or so. Chris Mills says those rides are weirdly dangerous. Indeed. When I saw that video from Saudi Arabia, I thought it was AI. Maybe when I get the screen up, we'll take a look at it. But amusement park rides are kind of crazy. I've got some videos that I can share on my screen about where I went last night. Diva Tequila says, done. That was nuts. I'm now scared of rides. You're safer on an amusement park ride, at least like from a North American amusement park, than you are walking on the sidewalk. You're safer on an airplane than you are walking on the sidewalk. Just because something happens is not a reason to avoid it. Just run the numbers. What percentage of people that step onto amusement park rides never step off? Compare that to the number of people that just simply step outside their apartment and get killed. Like, yeah, it's very safe. I would trust it for the most part. Maybe not like some carnival where everything was like put together at the last minute by carnies, but Michelle says it's a pizza and wing type or wing night for me. Yeah, I gotta have dinner too. Who's just says that's some Final Destination shit? I guess I've been asleep all day. I missed it. The old flyer at the X was scary. That thing was pretty cool. I'm sad they took it down. And there was the Doppel looping, if you remember that one, that was always at the X. Greg says to gate today's game highlights what our biggest need was before this deadline. Hope it hurt a bit on Shapiro's part. Yeah, that game just sucked. Some ball players just don't want to come to Canada, says Chris Mills. Pay them enough, they will. We have one of the, if not the richest owner in all of North American sports. And there's no salary cap in baseball. Open up that wallet. But yeah, so yesterday went to Caribana. After that, unfortunately, my signal kind of died out near the end. I just made a video. I had no energy, so I just made a video walking back through Caribana. That'll be on the channel tomorrow. And then the other channel, then I have a Stroderific video. Michelle says, next time you're visiting Niagara, if you are ever wanting good pizza and wings, check out Pie Guys in St. Catharines. Best in the city. I'll have to stop over in St. Catharines if that's the case. Grandpa says Kirk needs to go on a diet. He's like the best catcher in the American League, offensively and defensively, isn't he? Like, when you're leading the pack, you can do whatever you want. Greg says, I love Kirk. Yeah, he's a... I mean, Kirk runs faster than Stanton. Let that sink in. So if you want to call Kirk out of shape, Giancarlo Stanton is a slower base runner than Alejandro Kirk. And he plays the outfield sometimes. D's Pizza Pies has my money in St. Kitts. Ooh, we have a fight. He's hitting over 300 and has the best defensive metrics out of any catcher in the AL. Yeah. Kirk is a gem. And the Jays have always been pretty good at catcher. We've always had someone or two options back there. Never forget Danny Jansen. But even going back to like the Ernie Witt and Pat Tabler days, like the Jays have always been pretty solid back there. His ERA is good, but why are we talking baseball? Benji Molina. There was a guy who couldn't run to save his life. None of the Molina brothers could. We're over 200 viewers. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We'll be back to our usual like energetic selves. Hopefully next weekend. Maybe we'll get some edibles involved. Just not feeling alcohol. WRX Matt says, I was in Toronto on Friday, about 1 kilometer away from you when you started streaming, but we were in a rush to catch the ferry. Otherwise, I would have come and said hi. Neat. Yeah, don't derail your plans or miss a ferry to say hi on stream. Who's just says, let's not talk about Jays, then proceeds to talk about... That pretty much sums up all of my live streams, doesn't it? Let's not talk about this weird skin patch on my chin. But maybe it's time to go green screen mode. That's enough of my big stupid head. Uno momento. Whoops. I just well, that's no good. I just ripped off part of my printer. Oops, my brand new printer. Just one sec. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. All right, that's a little better, I think. Or not, who knows? But you were the last ones on the ferry. You just made it in time. Awesome. Janice says, I love the car ride. You had no sound. You were talking. We went down the road in silent. Car drive was mod day. Yeah, my brand new wireless mic ran out of battery near the end, and I didn't notice. GS says Johnny has a stove. It's just decoration. The burners are really useful. After I water my plants, I can put the plant on the burner and let like the water drain for like 10-15 minutes before I put it back in the whatever the hell it is, the pot. I can't even think of the word for a plant pot, but that's what I use the burners for in my stove. I literally just like water my plants over the sink and then I like put them on the burners to drain. Michelle says, how's the dating pool in Toronto? It's sad here. You'll have to ask someone who's been active in it. But where is here? Where is here? But I heard from, or I read from someone on Reddit, someone who went to like a speed dating event. And apparently there's like way more females than males at those things these days, which is weird. I guess guys are just like jaded. Normally it's the other way around ratio-wise. Had Shake Shack for the first time. It was so good, says WRX Matt. Yeah, Shake Shack is decent. It's decent. But speaking of drive, Well, Howard Charco says, cheers, JS mods in chat. You can't trust anything that you see. It's all AI. One day we'll have AI detectors, right? They already have that with like essays and stuff. But speaking of drive, what the hell is going on our roads? This is me on the 403. I just recorded my drive from Niagara to Erin Mills Town Center. Has anyone in here tried Maddie's Patties? I have not. But look at this car on the right, this blue car. It just like, did you see that? Yeah, I'm just going to go drive in the shoulder, but it gets better. It gets so much better. So I let this guy in front of me in. Did you see that? You know, going like 100 kilometers an hour in the shoulder. What the fuck is that? Pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. Hope he gets a flat tire. Flips over his car. But then watch. Another fucking idiot goes by. And a third one. That's 4 in total in the span of like a minute. This shit. And 5. There's another one. Like, what is going on? How do these people... Those ones aren't so egregious, but like... If we go back to the start... It all... So, we have the blue Volkswagen peeling off. This is all within, like, what, 20 seconds? That car was going way too fast, that Chrysler 300. I should post this on our Toronto Driving, shouldn't I? We really need to do what they do in London. If you capture something like this and you submit it with their plate number, they get a fine in the mail and you get a cut of the fine. Greg says it's not Toronto, though. It's greater Toronto area. It's 403. Close enough. The cars are all chasing each other. They're playing games on the highway. Intruder says, I've seen it. Yeah, like, it's just ridiculous how shit driving is. Everyone complains about, like, cyclists or, like, pedestrian just jaywalked, man. It's like, fuck you. How many cyclists and pedestrians have killed motorists in Toronto over the last 10 years? None. What about the other way around? Yeah. Lisa says, I would loathe driving if I had to do it on a daily basis. Yeah, it's just, it's such a shit show out there. But, anyways, yeah. Our system here is a joke. It's so easy to get a license. And there's virtually no enforcement at all. And when they do try to implement enforcement, like speed cameras, some fucking idiot just chops it down. I don't know. I don't know. Carl Roth says it's obvious that all these cars are rentals. People are driving like crazy in them and not caring. Could be a lease. 3 years, this thing goes back. I'm going to drive the fuck out of it, right? Who knows? Chris Mills horned a girl staring at her phone yesterday. She was shocked. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It is definitely... Because I used to drive every day. I used to commute every day on the highway to work. It has deteriorated so much, the quality of driving. I don't know. If you're one of those people that, like, drives on the shoulder, changes lanes without signaling, fuck you. Shove it up your ass. I'm not a fan of you. JD says it's $5 for every kilometer hour over on the speed cams. They should start it at like 12 over, you know, get a free pass under that, and then that seems reasonable to me. Greg says it's funny as hell watching people argue about speed cameras. Just don't speed. What the hell is wrong with these people? Yeah, exactly. There's a simple trick. But I mentioned last night I went somewhere. Oh, we got to check out this Saudi Arabia ride incident video. This is new to me. Amusement ride park snaps in half, injuring more than 20 people. Allow ads. Boo. This media could not be played. Come on, NBC News. Oh, here's YouTube. This'll play it for sure.
At least 23 people were hurt when the amusement park ride that they were on collapsed. Take a look.
Oof.
Just a horrific incident there. This happened in Saudi Arabia.
So it literally like snaps.
Just a horrific incident there. This happened in Saudi Arabia Wednesday night at a park called Green Mountain Resort. Local news reports say that 4 people of the 23 were seriously injured. The government ordered the resort closed while it investigated the.
That is crazy. They're so lucky that it came down like foot first. I imagine, yeah, spinal injuries, probably feet and ankle injuries for the people on the far side because like their feet were just dangling. So they probably, you know, there's some people that aren't going to be able to walk for a long time, if at all, for sure. Hopefully they are able to and very well compensated for that. Diva Tequila says my back hurts every time I see this, man. But just keep in mind, these rides are going all day long, all over the world. Just saying, it's still safer than being in a car, still safer than walking on the sidewalk. It is what it is, but that is crazy. The poor person who smashed into the beam was definitely gravely injured. Ooh, I don't want to rewatch it to see that. That was certain death had it fallen at any other angle. Some Final Destination type shit right there. Looks like at least one person may have lost their legs. Holy guacamole. Yeah. Yeah, we're done. We're done with that. That sucks. But where did I go last night? I went to a place. I went for dinner. I went to Odd Soul on Ossington. Brave of me going to Ossington Avenue. I saw a viewer, by the way. I was walking down Ossington and I saw a viewer in the other direction. And I messaged Ken. I'm like, I think I just saw so-and-so. And then Ken messaged me back. He's like, hey, that person just messaged me saying they think they saw you. So that was kind of interesting. But I went to Odd Soul. I wanted to go to Côte de Boeuf, but they were super busy. Odd Soul's kind of like a fusion Korean restaurant. It had some bao, some kimchi fried rice, and some fried chicken. Pretty solid place. But yeah, did they have a Odd Soul? 4.5 stars on Google reviews. 1 star. A mouse crawled across the restaurant while we were eating and disappeared into a hole in the wall. The food was actually good, but after seeing that, we completely lost our appetite. It took away from the experience and made us question the overall cleanliness of the place. You gave it a 1 star for that. It's like an old building. I don't know. Did you bring it to their attention and see how they responded? We were incredibly disappointed by our experience at this restaurant. To start, we were given wooden utensils, the kind you typically get at takeout. Yeah, that's true, which made it frustratingly difficult to eat properly, especially when trying to cut through anything. We ordered 3 dishes, but the duck fried rice was forgotten entirely and only brought out much later. You know what's funny? We had 3 entrees. 2 of the entrees came out before the alcohol came out. So yeah, that's very, very not Western style, right? When you go somewhere else in the world and you go to a restaurant and you order stuff, they don't bring everyone's dishes at once. They don't always bring your drink out first. In North America, I think some restaurants like bring you your alcohol right away and then stall on the food, hoping that you'll get that second drink. 1 star. Food is underwhelming. They've got hit with some bad 2 stars. Garapon says this restaurant came highly recommended and it seems like most people love it. My friend and I tried it for dinner and I can't say we enjoyed our time. I thought it was solid. I'd recommend it, even knowing that there was allegedly a mouse running across. But the place I went to was called the Jean Darlene Piano. Have you guys heard of this place? The Jean Darlene Piano Room. And what was interesting was it's on Dundas Street, but when you go to Dundas Street, it looks like it's closed down and completely shuttered. And there's just a QR code on the window. And you scan the QR code, and then it gives you directions to like walk around the building and go in through the rear. So it's got kind of like a speakeasy vibe to it. Mondays, come fly with Gene. Doors open at 8. Cover price is $10. Gratuity includes coat check. Fridays and Saturdays, doors open at 8. So they have like a dude on the piano, kind of like a crooner. He can pretty much sing anything. There was another dude with like a guitar and electric drum kit. And then at 9 o'clock, or I think at 10 p.m., they open it up to like karaoke. And they take requests. So it was kind of fun. Have I ever been to the barbershop speakeasy? No, I haven't. But this place has... And what was amazing was... Yeah, look how packed it is. Like, go before 9. Get yourself a seat. Oh, it was way more packed last night. It was like a full-on club. It was so packed. I'm just reading some of your chats. Lisa says no karaoke. Here's a clip of it from what I experienced. Here, we'll put the volume up. Ooh. I'm probably going to get copyrighted. But because I was there early, I had like a table with a clear view of everything. But like, yeah, it was just insanely busy. The owner gave us shots, which was cool. Thanks for the shots. I guess when you spend hundreds of dollars at a friggin' piano bar, you'll get shots. But yeah, I thought it was fun. I'd probably go back. It was a cool place. In my mind, I keep calling it the Mean Gene Piano Bar, but it's the Jean Darlene Piano Room. Pretty interesting crowd too. And oh yeah, Diva Tequila, one of our viewers, sent me this because she knows I have a little workout routine that I do. 10-minute morning calisthenics routine in real time. Brendo Dynamite. So if you...
What you gonna do, brother, when the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be? Lay the smack down on your candy ass.
Doing his Hulk impersonation. Yeah, he had this pretty impressive calisthenics routine. Whoops. That he does. Muscle ups. Diva Tequila has her face palm. Yeah, the like 98% of the population can't even do one of those. This is crazy. This is like a pull-up, but he's doing a leg raise at the same time. Like that is, he's combining two exercises, right? The leg raise like works the hell out of your abs, and the pull-ups are obviously great for your back, but yeah, pretty, I could not do that. Well, I could, but I could do like 2. I couldn't do it on a video. But yeah, check it out. I put a link in the chat if you want to see Diva Tequila's hubby and his channel, Brendo Dynamite. Chris Mills says core strength. Justin Haas says you should film a video of your workout routine on your Stumbles channel, Johnny. I already did that. That's on my channel. But I don't do dips or leg raises. Some of us are too weak. Carl Roth says lots of people in town still for Caribana. They were all out and about today, and it was great for business. I don't know. Housington is a great place for all that. I didn't know, but downtown looked kind of dead to me. The subways weren't very busy. I don't know. I couldn't be bothered to go out. Carl Roth says weather was perfect for the past 2 days in Toronto for people to go out and enjoy a patio and some food. Mojo, we've already talked about it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I should like block it with the microphone. Diva Tequila says, he says, thank you, everyone. Well, Brendo Dynamite, I just subscribed. You got a few more subs. Justin Haas says the air quality kind of sucks today. It did, apparently. So our friend Henry dropped a bomb on everyone on his live stream. Toronto Tech and Transit, no more. He's known for like 9-hour live streams. He will be relocating to British Columbia. So we wish Henry well. I'm sure we're going to still follow along and see what he's up to. But he said in a recent live stream that he's... and look at that. The early bird gets the worm, eh? 28K views on his Caribana Grand Parade. And he streamed for 7 hours. Holy cow, 7 hours. This thing must be like nonstop copyrights. So he was in like the staging area. Billy T says BC bound. Michelle says a lot of people are leaving. Yeah, there's no way this didn't get a... Oh, he went to like where the main stage was? Justin says you should have filmed a video of you being at the CNE job fair just to see how many people were there on Thursday. Yeah, someone sent me a message saying like, hey, go check out the CNE job fair. It's crazy. And I didn't do it. But that would have brought a lot of political comments. So maybe I dodged a bullet with that one. But that would have been crazy. But yeah, kudos for Henry. 7 hours and 13 minutes. I got to... Caribana was like both amazing and not amazing at the same time. Like it was amazing to see and experience and be there. But after 10 minutes, I was like, all right, it's time to go. Hey, why is Uber messaging me? I told everyone on my live stream the other day that my credit card was charged on someone else's Uber account, and they gave me the name of that person. So Uber, they messaged me saying they were removing 3 of the charges. I reported it as fraud to TD anyways, and they were like, yeah, we're going to put through the fraud case. Like, these charges will be removed. But then, like, I also emailed Uber to be like, what's up with this? Or I contacted them through the app, and they told me that someone added my card to their account. And I was like, how can you even do that? Like, you didn't even ask me for authorization for that. You can put a credit card in someone else's name on your Uber account and charge it. Like, how does that make any sense? Shouldn't it at least match the name of the Uber account holder? But no, apparently you can do that. So good security there, Uber. But they and they only took off 3 charges. There were 5. So I had to send them my statement today showing the charges they missed. And to their credit, they mailed me back like right away saying, yeah, we'll take care of those too. So hopefully that counts. Greg says they probably made a fake account in your name. No, they gave me the name of the account holder because...
Johnny, have you picked up a CNE pass yet? Also, happy Sunday, smiley face emoji.
Alicia Lewis, $5. Johnny, have you picked up your CNE pass yet? Also, happy Sunday. Thank you, Alicia Lewis. No, I haven't. Thank you for the $5. It was good to see you the other day. I'm probably just going to do what I always do, go opening day and maybe pay out of pocket. I really just ride the Sky Ride. Ride that once or twice, play some games. That'll be it. That's it. So, you know, I don't know if I want to pass, but it's certainly at least buy like your day pass in advance. There's usually a Presto deal where if you get it through the Presto website, it's a lot cheaper. Drew says, in my experience, credit card verification doesn't include names, just numbers. But usually you get a text or you get something to verify it, right? But why would Uber let you add a credit card that's not in the name of the account holder? I don't know. Chris Mill says, keep an eye on banking and credit card statements. Your card may be out there somewhere. The card's already canceled. There's a new one coming. I don't even use that card anymore anyways. So what I'll do is I'll just lock it in the TD app so no one can use it until I need to use it, and then I can just manually unlock it, which would be anytime I go somewhere that doesn't take Amex, but I'm becoming like an Amex only person. So that's not really a thing. Chris Mill says, if you're not using 2FA start, yeah, I have Authy. I have 3 authenticating apps. I don't really use Google Authenticator anymore because they back that up to your Google account. So if someone gets access to your Google account, they now have access to your QR code that'll generate your authenticator accounts. Not amazing security there, Google. Carl says, Henry does amazing work. I've always enjoyed his videos as well. I wish them well in all his endeavors. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back to Toronto. Maybe he'll get homesick and he'll move back. Just reading some of your messages. Lisa says, apparently the civic holiday originated in Alexandra Park. Is there a video of that? CNE Job Fair 2025?
It's just about 10 o'clock now. The doors actually open at 11, but hundreds of people have already lined up here. And comes during, as you said, a troubling labor trend, which is basically unemployment for teenagers in Ontario is the highest it's been in decades. Nearly 1 in 4 teenagers in the province.
Yeah, not to get political, but this is a serious problem in this province. Back when I was in university and high school, you could literally just go to a mall, walk around with your resume, give it out to stores, and like you'd get a bunch of calls. Some places would just interview you. If you wanted to work at like a Tim Hortons, boom, you're now working at Tim Hortons. If you want, like, it was so easy to get a part-time job, and that whole market has like almost completely disappeared for teenagers in high school and university kids, just people wanting to work part-time. It's gone. There's no jobs for them. So it's crazy. They get passed over for people. Anyways. Yeah, so it sucks. So that just explains why there's such a massive explosion of kids just wanting to work at the CNE. It's crazy. The whole job economy for kids is completely destroyed. And now we have AI like gutting things in the corporate world, like a lot of traditional jobs, like full-time jobs. You're going to have a CEO, management, and a much smaller like workforce on the bottom than before. Lisa says not just kids. Yeah, there's reasons for that we're not going to go into, but it sucks. I had like 3 part-time jobs when I was in university. I worked at a Loblaws, I worked at a gas station, and I worked at like a telemarketing. It wasn't telemarketing. We did like phone surveys, like political surveys, where we would just call people up and ask them, you know, like whatever government would fund these surveys for information. I had all 3 of those at once. They were the only 3 jobs I like applied to. I don't know. Math Doctor says New York Fries. I worked at a New York Fries at one point too. That was more in high school. The New York Fries thing was a little bit earlier. But then Loblaws I kept because it was a union. I could just give them minimum hours and keep the job, and I was paid pretty well for that relative to what I should have been getting paid. Worked at a gas station as well. Full serve. I'm useless. Don't hire me at a gas station. Diva Tequila says, yeah, New York Fries, the works. You know my store named The Works? We came up with that name. It was neat. Lisa says, community living, cleaning for seniors for a time in retail and for a time cleaning rooms at a local motel. That's what you were up to. But yeah, it's just I feel so bad for kids today.
Scouting around right now because I just want a job, honestly.
Yeah, like kid just wants a job. Why can't she get a job? Where did those jobs go to that she should get? I don't know. Sad times. Kids just want to work and get experience and make some money. While they're going to school. Carl says we always take... I'm just reading. Yeah, Bucky, I don't know. It sucks. Maybe we should start thinking about that UBI thing, right? JD worked at a home hardware in high school assembling barbecues in the summer. You want to know what's funny? When I worked at Loblaws, my store had like furniture, like lawn furniture and that sort of thing. And they occasionally sold indoor stuff. And it was the winter time. And we had like all these bookshelves and like desks and stuff. And my boss was like, "Can you build these for us? We need them on display tomorrow." And I was like, "I don't know how to build stuff, but how hard can it be?" Yeah, what I built was so bad that they had to take it down, and like some dude from like the corporate office came in and like built it all perfectly. And my boss was kind of pissed off at me. I'm like, "You asked me if I could build this stuff, and I told you I don't think I could. And then I did a shitty job. Why are you surprised? That's on you." You know, you had your grocery guy putting together like furniture, like display furniture that's supposed to be built perfectly. I don't know. Drew says eventually there's going to be no choice other than UBI or mass homelessness and starvation. But the problem is money funnels upwards, right? So the UBI is going to be like the bare minimum to get by while people above suck it all up. That's just the direction we're heading into. Christian Hansen says, "How about them Yanks?" Yeah, let's not talk baseball. The Jays aren't doing so hot lately. We lost a tough one today. Barely squeaked one out yesterday. We should be winning these series. Oh, well. Oh, The Studio. The Studio is an awesome show. That Seth Rogen Apple show. Just reading some. Hey, Marge is here. Good to see you, Marge. I didn't see you earlier. Jillian Felix says the C&E is back. C&E advanced tickets. Advanced ticket discount. Advanced sale admission includes grounds admission, access to all shows and exhibits on any one day of the show of the C&E. $2.99 per ticket processing fee included in the price. At least they include it in the price. It's fucking bullshit when it's on top of the price. Advance sale ride all day pass. This is actually a pretty good deal. $47 and you can just go on all the rides you want on the Midway. Includes grounds admission, access to all shows and exhibits, and unlimited Midway rides for any one day. The best day to go is opening day. Intruder alert. Captain says, when I worked at a gas station, they still had Coke in glass bottles out of the machine. I remember that. I remember getting pop in bottles. So this is Blog TO. We can see what's going on in Toronto. Free Vintage Car Show will shut down major Toronto street this month. I think that's like on Danforth out like around Warden. At least it says the past few years you've gone at dawn and wandered around the grounds before opening. Mark your calendars on Saturday, August 16th. Danforth Avenue from Byng to Warden. That is east of Victoria Park, right? Why did I just type Warden? Whoa, look how far north that took me. There's Warden. Where's Byng? Byng. Oh, so this is a really, really small stretch. Victoria Park. This was right around the area where Alicia Lewis once sniped me, and she took a cab to do it. I was literally like right around Byng Avenue, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember walking south down Warden. But that might be worth checking out. Free Vintage car show running from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And it probably won't be nearly as busy as the ones in, or at least the one they had in Yorkville. Free 2-day Filipino festival returns to Toronto this month. The annual Mabuhay oh, it's a Nathan Phillips Square festival. No offense, the ones up at, they hold 2 every year, right? At Bathurst and Wilson. I think would be a lot more fun. Caribana parade route and time in Toronto for 2025. A little bit dated information. Toronto Rave will let you party and dance without the hangover next month. Oh, that's that coffee rave they're holding. Don't really care. These weird Ontario roadside attractions will make you slam on the brakes. The Bigfoot statue. The roadside attraction in Vermilion Bay is monstrous. Slow news day at BlogTO. Have you ever been to a rave? Not only have I been to a rave, I was at a DJ Tiesto rave. And not only was I at a DJ Tiesto rave, I was on the stage like 5 feet from DJ Tiesto. Why? Because my brother was like working for the production company and he was sick. So I went in his place. Total poser, not knowing what I was doing. That was kind of dumb. I didn't even know who DJ Tiesto was or that it was a big deal. It was at the docks in like, I think it was the early 2000s. Tiesto at the docks, early 2000s. Will Google find it? In Toronto. This must have been it. Tiesto live at Winter Galactic, the docks. This must have been the event. Come on, show the stage. You'll see me. I was standing there. I was like just off to the side. Come on. There's no videos of this? Boo. Someone posted that on Classic Trance. Yeah, I don't know. Bill Chow says, I used to live near Bathurst and Wilson, Little Manila at Johnny Stumbles. The festival there is more authentic. Yeah, the festivals at Nathan Phillips Square are fun, but they just feel so like canned experiences. I don't know. It's better when it's on a street. Oh, speaking of which, is Taste of the Danforth like officially canceled 2025? Yes, Taste of the Danforth has been canceled for 2024. I asked you about 2025. Taste of the Danforth 2025. Toronto's Greek Fest returns. Taste of the Danforth. Opa Toronto. The festival is back and it's going to be delicious. There we go. This clears it up. Danforth Avenue, Broadview to Jones. August 9th through 11th. That's in like a week. What to eat at this Greek street festival. Churros and those potatoes on a stick. The same things everyone eats at every street festival. Johnny Stride's meetup group at the Taste of the Danforth. This festival, like, I think no one even knew. Is that the only... Krinos Taste of the Danforth Festival 2025. Okay, so this must all be new, these announcements, because there was nothing online confirming this like a few weeks ago. Sadly, I think what was once Toronto's probably most popular street festival is not even close to that. Like, no one even talks about it anymore. Carl says, with AI, it will be to the individual to learn the new tasks and skills for jobs that people want to apply for. They will have the edge. Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. I don't know. But, yeah, where were we? We were looking at Volkswagen Spider. Muddy the Mudcat. Mojo says, problem is not many Greeks there. That's true of a lot. Like, Koreatown doesn't have a large Korean population. Little Italy doesn't have a large Little Italy population or Italian Canadian population, but the neighborhoods still retain their character, right? Greektown is still pretty Greek in character. Ex-Toronto Blue Jay star just got booted by the Yankees. Yeah, Stroman was cut. And then all their new pitching pickups shit the bed. Huh. Ontario Mall to be completely demolished for futuristic 9-tower complex. Where is this? Well, it says Ontario. A July development application filed with the city of Vaughan could spell the eventual end of Woodbridge Square Shopping Center, a strip mall at Weston Road and Highway 7. All right, I'm not too sad. Someone said, you know what? Do I have it here? I used to have right behind me a bobblehead of Marcus Stroman. Stroman DFA'd. Wonder how he took it. Didn't he like tweet adios and that's it? I think Stro's kind of a fiery guy. He seems kind of like he would be bitter and petty about it. I don't know. Have you ever seen Stroman's dad? If you type Marcus Stroman's dad. Come on, give me a bigger picture. Look at that. His dad is jacked, isn't he? Like, Stroman's like kind of a small guy. He's short, doesn't have a big frame, and his dad is just like this monster fucking human being. Like, if I ever need a bodyguard, I would definitely call this dude up. Holy shit. All right, Rome with sign. Thank you for dropping in. Mojo says, hey, Johnny, since you're from Saga, they're putting up condos along Dundas Street East 29 years from now. His dad looks like a jacked Tony Fernandez. Yeah, I mean, he could be on gear. Like, very, very few people get their biceps to look like that naturally. Like, I'm very, very, very sus that he's not on steroids, but if he isn't, that's hella impressive. When I still lived out in Medford, I used to go to the same gym as him. He is the very definition of a brick shithouse. His Uncle Broad is pretty big too. Yeah. You could fit his head into his arm. Anyways, every time someone mentions Marcus Stroman, I just remember like his dad became like a big deal. Anyways, this is the Toronto subreddit we're going to check out. Toronto air quality, worst in the world. Yeah, I think I saw this. Ooh, for paywalls. CP24B Wilden today. Sunday 29, Monday 30. What are we... Oh, they show like a wildfire, I guess. Chris was banned from Reddit for 1 day. Go figure. What did you do? How do you get banned from Reddit? Bro, the smoke is insane. Bro, stop saying bro. No one likes it when people talk like that, bro. Yeah, that's pretty smoggy. Sunrise through the wildfire smoke. That's crazy. I'm just saying another Goyd guy is Pinball Clemens, 100%. He seems like the nicest human to ever live, right? Pinball, Toronto legend. Special air quality statement issued for Toronto due to wildfire smoke. Well, I'm glad I stayed in most of the day. A theft, a sting, and an apology. How these Toronto cyclists got their stolen bikes back. That might be worth reading. My Caribana experience. Lots of people, lots of fun. Oh, they just edited. Where's the audio? Boo. No audio. This is going to look like my video tomorrow. Yeah, Caribana was fun. Not my cup of tea. I generally don't like big crowded street festivals. But if that was your thing, it's probably the most fun one in the city. Post Jay's Game Chaos, or How I Learned to Love the TTC. There's throngs of... Oh, it's just stop and go. People trying to get out of the parking lot. Drive into the big city. You're going to get that, right? Take the GO train. It's not rocket science. Lisa says Union was a zoo yesterday when I got back into the city. It was a zoo. Mesmerizing Toronto 1920s in color. Streetcar restored. Is this the old? Oh, this is NOS. I don't know. This channel has 701,000 subscribers. Toronto 1920s, 60 frames per second, stabilized, remastered, sound design, colorization, not historically accurate. Black and white video source, Library and Archives, Canada. The thing that always gets me with these old videos, aside from the fact that it fucks with you if you think how everyone here is long dead, is just how well dressed everyone used to be. For like the simplest things, people would like dress so zero casual to what they wear. That's a Dovercourt streetcar. That one says Queen on it. Look at that. Every dude in like a suit, most of them, they almost all have hats. That would have been a good business to be in back then. Ties. Let's skip it. I don't want to get a copyright. Royal Winter Fair. That dude was smoking. Imagine if like someone told this guy in like 2025 there was going to be 273 people on a YouTube live stream like watching him. Mind-blowing stuff. We'll skip ahead. It said sound design. I have a feeling this sound is not authentic. Look at this little kid looking at the camera, smiling at it. A lot of people. This lady is looking at the camera. This dude. This guy. Cameras must have been like huge. Ooh, this guy, he could not pull his pants up any higher, could he? What's crazy is like you see someone like this in these videos, and that guy's probably like 45. Everyone looked like 30 years older than they are now. Even the kids are well dressed. Ooh, this dude's got some style with his hat on. The old Dundas streetcar. Where is this? I think they're just taking educated guesses on the colors, but that's neat. What a neat video. Everyone you see, you wonder what their lives were, their hopes and dreams, their tragedies and victories, and while you watch them for a short time, they are alive. Beautifully written. No litter, nobody begging, no speeding cars with booming stereos, no screaming kids, orderly queues, well-dressed people. Society has gone forwards in years, but backwards in so many other ways. A window into the past. I dare say that no one viewed in these scenes ever remotely imagined that people 100 years in the future would be watching their everyday routines as each went about his or her daily life. That was my thought. Hey man, it's cool. I'm glad that was posted. That's on the anyways, we'll move on, but that was neat. You can see that on the Toronto subreddit. The closest I'll ever get to having a time machine. Thanks so much for posting this. A time machine that goes backwards. Chowdhury, yeah, but Toronto used to have a much, much more extensive streetcar network. So I think there was a line on Dover Court. A lot of roads that you think wouldn't have streetcars used to have them. Drew Costin says, I'm still happy to be alive today, not back then. Ex-Toronto Baseball Club GM alleges first female player, Japanese pitcher Aomi Sato, was hired for her publicity. Didn't she do really well? I mean, you're going to sink or swim based on your abilities, right? Plenty of dudes look really promising and don't pan out. Dufferin Park Racetrack. There's a neat picture. Oh, that's just a link to the Wikipedia. Samir says they need to build a new subway or light rail line every decade. More than that. We should have built them a long time ago when it was a lot less expensive to build them. Trash Panda helped this little dude out of the recycling bin 2 days in a row. That's cute. Oh, I saw a video that was really neat and worth watching, and it kind of... What was it? It was on YouTube. Realtor... I'm...
This is a feast like you've never had before. Talk about a Colombian feast on...
No, that's... What was it? It was all about why Toronto has big patches on the east side of downtown, particularly like along Queen Street, where they just feel dead. There's never any type of, critical mass of people. The hidden reason Toronto streets feel empty. This guy's a realtor, but this is a very, very well-informed, well-researched video. If you're ever curious... This is the type of thing I probably should have done a long time ago, but oh well, I guess I'm just going to walk around and bitch at people that don't know how to drive. But if you want to learn a little bit something about why part of the East End is the way it is, I recommend this video. It's really, really, really fascinating. Starling says he did a Kensington video too. It was really well done. There's a lot of good information in there, but it comes down to zoning in a nutshell. Drew Costin says that was a good video, but I put a link to that there. Eric D. Realtor. He may be trying to sell us condos, but he's also providing good content as well. Mid-rise condos are dying in Toronto. What is happening to Kensington Market? Toronto is building 9 towers over GO train tracks, a deep dive. Yeah, so I think he's taking his real estate expertise and flipping it into like informative content about the city, and not just... A lot of realtors have YouTube channels and it's a thinly veiled advertisement for their work, but if they're going to add something to it like this guy, I'm all for it. Another major Toronto developer faces financial meltdown. Hopefully he doesn't spiral out of control and become Toronto's Cash Jordan. They should play it during a city hall council meeting. They should, but yeah, cool channel. A lot of really like deep dives and informative stuff. So cool on that. Speaking of, I need to go to the little boys' room. Do I have a video? Yeah, you can watch me walking Charlie while I do that. I'll be back. This is an old video, by the way. Hey there, it is Sunday, March 3rd. The time well, I can't see my watch, but it's about 10:30 a.m. and the temperature is a rather nice 6 degrees Celsius. And I am here at the intersection of Selkirk Street and Woody Crest Avenue. And that's look north. And I am currently walking west on Selkirk. I am joined by Charlie, who is very confused and doesn't know where we're going. This is not his usual walking route. We are a few blocks north of Danforth Avenue in Greektown. And I think we're going to head over to Pape. And we'll walk north a little bit and loop our way back towards this area. All right, we're back. We're back. I gotta turn off my display sharing for a second here. All right, we're all safe. Do. What I am doing. Where did that appear? There we go. I'm getting some people ask me how Charlie is doing. Let's show you guys how Charlie is doing. Was that the end? No. But Charlie, he had surgery the other day. Where's my thing? Display, capture, boom. All right, so we have... There he is. He had like a thing on his eye, a sty. So the vet went in and like carved it out. And now he's got to have this cone on his head. Also, on his side, they found like a lump. So they cut that off. But yeah, he's got the cone of shame going on. But for everyone asking how Charlie is doing, there is Charlie rocking his cone of shame. I got another picture of him. Poor little guy. I don't know why some purple was splashed. And there he is. He does this at the end of every walk. But there's Charlie just doing what dogs do. Is he moving about and eating? Yeah, he's fine. Just come to terms with his ooh, that is right after his surgery. Look at this. Look how shaved he was around the eye. And you can see on this side of his body right here. That's where they cut the lump out. But he's had so many lumps cut out of him, they didn't send this one off to see if it was cancerous or not. Also, I think the vet said since he's under anesthetics, we should just remove it. Little $500 extra to do that, but there you go. There's Charlie for everyone who's been asking for updates. Look at his tail wagging. Somehow he's happy in his cone head existence. By the way, these cones get gnarly. You almost have to like wash these out every day. Just think how gross they get being like in a dog's head. And this was what? Oh, this was a year ago. Walking Charlie Sunday morning with the famous Woodle. I don't know about famous, but where were we? Where were we? We were in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we should just close Reddit. Janice Pike has 2 cats. Romero is here. It was good to see you the other day on a live stream, Romero. But I guess I thought. All right, what do you guys want to do? Some phone calls or comments? We'll do one or the other. I'll do a quick poll for a minute. Romero Santiago, 279. Thank you, Romero. Thank you very much, Romero. It was good meeting you the other day. Finally, Jennifer Gala is here. Harold Reynolds says, don't believe. Alex says comments. John says comments. Yeah, I haven't gone through comments in a while on this channel. Comments leading the pack. 55 votes in. It looks like calls are not going to catch up. 8% of you want me to chuck potatoes off my balcony. Well, I don't have any potatoes. Chris says Charlie is so cute. Perhaps your stream is a little bit behind. Chowdhury says comments. All right, we'll give the viewer call segment a break for a week. I just got a notification from Domino's, and I am super duper hungry. All I had to eat today, I ordered. Lisa, you were right. I ordered McDonald's breakfast from McDonald's. That's what happens when you're hungover. They send it through DoorDash when you order it off their app. I had points. I had a deal, so I did that. Then I had my smoothie, and then I had a bowl of muesli, and that's all I've eaten today. Probably haven't had enough water, so I had like 6 cups of coffee though, so that's working for me. Hot potatoes with sour cream and chives. It looks like comments win, so let me just get the comments set up. Thanks for voting. 85 people. Peter Bradfield wanted to see me throw tomatoes off my balcony. I would have to be a special kind of stupid to live stream myself throwing stuff off my balcony though, right? I mean, someone did it with them throwing a chair off of like a much taller or higher balcony. Mojo, $2. Had McDonald's and still have heartburn. Thank you for the $2, Mojo. Sorry about the heartburn. Was it caused by McDonald's? Correlation is not necessarily causation, right? But I think that's what smart people say. I've heard smart people say that before. Oh, it's doing this thing where if I make that bigger, I know what I need to do. One sec. I need to get Firefox open up. And I can't type. Let me go into YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is in Johnny Stumbles for some reason, which is actually fine. I'm a little surprised it's in there. Verify it's you. My YouTube, like, honestly, every time I try to touch it, it 2FAs my ass. I can't do anything. Yes, that's me trying to sign in. And it wants my thumbprint. I have to, like, just to log into YouTube, I have to give it my fingerprint on my phone. But I guess it's better than the alternative, like getting hacked, right? What if someone, like, cut off my thumb and stole my phone? Would they be able to like unlock it and verify me? If your thumb has no circulation, will it still take your print? Pretty morbid ass thought right there. But anyways, let's get into the comments. Coconut, let's refresh. These are comments on the Johnny Strides channel. Mississauga needs dedicated cycle lanes. All we have is the waterfront trail, painted lines on residential streets that don't go anywhere to do errands and sharrows. I was surprised to see some along Eglinton up by Aaron Mills Parkway. I guess that was more of a multi-use trail. Was Chair Girl in the same year as Crane Girl? What was Crane Girl? I wonder how many food delivery guys are in Toronto. Almost every biker in the video has a large box on their bike, probably stuffed with food. There must be thousands of them. That seems about right. What was Crane Girl? Lisa says I just failed. 11:06. Those two guys just went through a red light. Typical Toronto riders. What happened at 11:06? Oh, did you guys see Alicia and Yoshi in my opening, doing the intro to today's video? Those two guys went through red lights, failed. That guy, I guess that's what he's talking about. That is super egregious. But he went when a lot of cyclists do this. I don't usually, but a lot of people do. Oh, Crane Girl climbed up and couldn't get down. I remember her. I remember that. Yeah, they're going with the pedestrian signals. I think this guy jumped it before that. I mean, it is. I don't do that, but a lot of people do. It is what it is. There are some lovely homes past Shire Hall and down a side street. That's on the Picton video. Coconut Peach Gem says, have fun. Thank you. It stinks like chemicals around this area. I don't know why people would want to visit it. The New Portlands. I didn't smell anything foul when I was at the park. Just maybe it depends on the time of day or which way the winds are blowing. But I honestly have never smelled anything bad in the Portlands. I'm from Cherry Beach. Cherry Beach and the docks are really the only places where I've spent any amount of time there, but I never smelled anything. And when I went to the park, I don't even think there's any industry there that would smell a foul, right? There used to be a coal-powered or a coal power plant, but that was decommissioned a long time ago. The girl was cute. I was watching for a few minutes only because of her cute walk. At least they're honest, right? At least they're honest. Whenever I have a situation where there's like, where I feel like this could be creepy, I just put the camera, I just start panning around, or I'll stop and let someone like get ahead of me. Can you get rid of those timestamp comments? We'll take a look, Lisa. We'll take a look. But basically, yeah, we'll just leave that one alone. Hi, Johnny. Love your videos. Got on the Line 1 train and saw you. Wanted to say hi, but the train was so crowded and you were a little further down. Hey, do you think a 2-hour and 30-minute layover for connecting flight is enough? Yes, it should be. But if there's any delays, it could be cutting it close. I'd check the historical arrival times for your incoming flight to make sure it's usually on time. Yeah, 2.5 hours, you should be fine. But some flights are notoriously always delayed or late, especially if it's like on a Vietjet flight or like one of those shitty budget airlines. So check the flight history. Diva Tequila says the Korean streamer I met has a lot of subs. Oh, that's Hatchubby. Go to Ridgeway Plaza after 9 p.m. You'll be surprised. I don't even know what we're talking about. I love Massey Hall. There's a good comment. Hey, Johnny Strides, thanks for sharing this video. Really enjoyed it. In regards to your visiting an international destination sometime this year, I think that you should visit New York City and do a couple of live streams there. As Action Kid is away in China doing his streaming, why not take the opportunity to do New York? No one is covering that city for a long time. Would appreciate it. There's an awful lot of live streamers in NYC still covering the city, but AK is the GOAT, greatest of all time. I'm going to try my best to avoid the US while the orangutan, did I spell that right, is still in charge. Hopefully that gets the idea across. Yeah, go charge some more import taxes on your own people, you fucking idiot. Tank that economy. By the way, yeah, tomorrow is going to be really interesting to see. It didn't correct you, lol. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be really interesting to see what the economy does, right? Monday, it's going to be a big action day. Is it going to tank? Is it going to boom? Nobody knows because there's a fucking idiot in charge. It's going to be interesting, but yeah, keep those import taxes. We shouldn't call them tariffs. We should call them import taxes. Canada doesn't pay them. You pay them because your leader is an idiot. Anyways, also anything outside of Kuzma isn't really, it's like less than 10% that's even covered. Urban Windows. I don't understand this celebrating a victory by blocking the road. I'm a biker in Toronto too, but I think this is so stupid. You're just perpetuating the stigma that bikers clog up the road. This was like a one-off event. There must have been a better way to celebrate than this. Also, I wish the bike lanes would... This was a one-off event going around a loop around Queen's Park. Eye roll. Hardcore eye roll. I mean, yes, it's great to bike on Bloor, but you're literally inhaling... Okay, I skipped that part. Also, I wish the bike lanes would be made 1 block north or south of Bloor. Okay. It was a one-off event to celebrate. There's plenty of times roads are blocked or closed due to protest. This was actually good news for a change, and drum roll, bikes are allowed to occupy lanes of traffic. So what's the issue exactly? As for your suggestion that bike lanes should be 1 block north or south of Bloor, you obviously have zero experience riding in the city, as that would be impossible to achieve. There are no continuous streets that could accommodate bike lanes. Wow, I'm letting this person have it. Also, bike lanes are unnecessary on residential streets. Wow, I can't type. Like, Harvard Street is somewhat major, so they have bike lanes. Anyways, Lisa says, went to get a drink. This is a long one. The Walmart used to Target, which used to be a Zellers. The Bay was on the other side. I love the movie theater there. Super comfy. Neat. I'll heart your comment, West for life. I was in Toronto on Friday on Yonge Street in Union. I'm finding myself in the video. Great show, Johnny. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch you later. Ta-ta. I actually had a very different video planned out than Union to Yonge. I just happened to be at Union Station and like was out of energy, so I just did a walk up. Orangutan. Oh, did I spell or did you spell? I must have spelled orangutan wrong. Now I'm gonna look stupid. I will leave it. Mojo 2112 with a string of comments here. Let's go back to your... Whoa, Mojo, you're on a comment roll. Good morning, all people. Johnny, it must be getting difficult to wander aboot now. You need bodyguards. I ran into a wall once. They were a Pink Floyd enthusiast dropping a joke. Sorry, that bad joke was meant for Ken. Where the fuck... Were you okay when you left these, Mojo? You're writing them as if you're in the chat. These are comments, not an active chat. No worries. All right. Thanks for the comments, Mojo. We'll just leave them. Math Doctor says Tipsy Mojo on a roll. Mothman, $5. Trump is treating the U.S. economy just like one of his failed businesses. How many times has he filed for bankruptcies? 4 times? I think it's 5. Also, how many felonies does he have? Multiple? There's a theory that he's deliberately crashing the economy so certain people can buy low and shake the retail investors down. It's just a transfer of wealth. But yeah, nobody knows. It's funny. Nobody knows what the fucking markets are going to do Monday. Like, we've been in this exact situation before and they've absolutely boomed. And we've been in this situation before and they've tanked. Like, no, it's going to be wild. Like, 9:30 tomorrow, I'm going to be watching what happens. It could be an excellent buy low opportunity if you're into that sort of thing. Jennifer Gallus says, can't he be removed? He's doing so much damage. He literally has dementia. He has memory problems, right? He can't remember things he said a week ago. He's constantly contradicting himself. Yeah, Biden wasn't cognitively all there either. He was clearly on the decline. But, like, why aren't all these Trump supporters calling out their own dementia patient when... it's nuts. It's nuts. Lisa says Trump talk bums me out. As it should. As it should. As it should. Bless Sunday morning, everyone. I'm just saying the markets are going to be interesting tomorrow. Biden looks like Einstein now. Good morning. Oh, we already read that. Just came across this video, and nice to know I was in Toronto and in that particular area on that day too. Had a wonderful time in that great city. Having traveled from the Netherlands, I will surely visit again. I loved visiting your country as well, although all I did... Math Doctor, no, the TSX is not open, but the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ are. Actually, we're already going to know what's going to happen. You can already check out the pre-market action, probably. But some of us might be sitting on some AMD stock wondering what the hell we're going to do with it. G says TSX stock closed. Yeah, we'll have to... I don't know. Did you guys know there's a Canadian stock that has like outperformed Amazon and Microsoft and is just like the best investment you could have made? It's called Dollarama. If only 5 years ago you could go back and put a few bucks into Dollarama. Like, it's just nuts. All it does is go like this. Maybe it's a sad commentary on the direction we're heading in, but crazy. Roger Temple says, this is going to be a nice walk from Friday the 1st. Oh, he must have left that before. Love to see it on the bike lane victory. Math Doctor, you think I've been using ChatGPT Plus? I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say. Trading View, yes. ChatGPT Plus, no. Hey, Johnny, who's that music in yours? Oh, I don't know. On my live streams, I just pick off random songs from a music subscription service that I pay for. That's where that music comes from. I don't even take them out of my downloads folder. Good morning, says Jacqueline. Didn't attend this year, but I truly appreciate you getting this, man. It was a treat to have a look at certain parts of the city I haven't seen in a while. Keep doing the great work. This is only 17 hours ago. Oh, man, we've been plastered with comments over the last day. This is one of my first ever videos. From 1990 to 1991, I was a walking courier in downtown Toronto doing pickups and deliveries to the 40th floor of Scotia Plaza. It had an incredible view of the CN Tower and skyline, too. Oops, what did I just do? What did I just do? Can I get back to that comment? Can I get back to that comment? Nah. You know what? It's 9:30. And just as they said in that song, it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. Let's just go with the black screen tonight. That's a good look, right? Just me with a black background. I'm incredibly hungover. I'm very tired. thankfully, tomorrow's video is locked and loaded. I don't know if I'm going to go live tomorrow. I'm 50-50 on that. I don't know if I'm going to go live on a bike or on foot. But there will be a premiere tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. EST. Hopefully I can finally clean my dang apartment, or at least the bathroom out. It's if you know a cleaner, let me know. Probably willing to pay someone to do it. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to everyone who sent support during the stream. You guys are awesome. Diva Tequila, thanks for sharing the hubby's YouTube workout. Thank you, Jennifer Gala. Thank you, Mods. Marge, it was good to see you back. But yeah, Greg says $20. $20 to clean my apartment. That should be like, honestly, that should be like the every 5-minute rate. It's not good right now. I need to roll my sleeves up and do it, but that'll be tomorrow's problem. But thank you so much, guys. I hope you have an awesome night. If you're in Canada, enjoy the long weekend. If you're in America or anywhere else in the world, I guess it's back to the grind for some or a lot of you. Yeah, Carl Roth, there's an idea, but we'll save the economic talk till next time. Major Trader. Have a good night, guys. Yoink.